You like paused on my screen back.
Yeah, you're like paused on you're paused on my screen too. Like you're just like frozen. You're good now. You're good. All right.
Am I back?
You're good. Yeah, you're good now.
And
Yeah.
I went weird for a bit.
Yeah, I know. Same here. It's like I was talking, I just saw you frozen, just like that for like a good like 10 seconds. But it looks like we're good right now.
Podeki. This is Podeki.
Hey guys, it's Adel. I know it's been a while since I've filmed one of these episodes, but we are back here with another episode of Podeki. Before you watch this episode of Podeki, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you follow me on Instagram too, which will be right over there. My next guest is a rapper who was born in Atlanta and now is based out of London. Recently, he won Van's Musicians Wanted Europe Edition, which was a music competition where artists would submit their music to be judged by a guest panel of judges. He was the winner out of 40,000 submissions. In our talk, we talk about his latest album, Four Wing Island, his inspirations behind making music, and what got him to where he is today. My next guest is JoeJas.
All right, so here we go. Welcome, Joe. Should I call you Joe?
Joe is fine.
Joe, all right. Welcome to Podeki. All right. So how you feeling? How you doing so far?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm doing good. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty good, man. Just to let the viewers out there or anyone who sees this video in the future, you are in the UK.
Yes, I am.
Yes. And I'm here in America, in New Jersey. So yeah, 5-hour time difference. So it's 1 p.m. here, so it's what, 6 o'clock around there?
6 here, yeah.
All right.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Yeah. So it's great that we coordinated the schedule on this correctly. So yeah, awesome. Chef's kiss, exactly.
Chef's kiss.
So yeah, I've been good too. Prepping for this. I've actually been kind of juggling a lot of things recently because yes, I was prepping for this. I was working on my second episode of my Clash of the Titles series on my channel, which when you reached out to me, you did say that you discovered my channel through that. So I was working on that. I've been getting a lot into these Bernie Sanders memes that's been going around. Are you aware of the Bernie Sanders?
Come on, I'm aware. I'm aware of the
even in the UK, you're aware of the Bernie Sanders memes going on. He got the face mask on, and then he's just like high hood, like universal healthcare is essential. Yeah, but I actually started a Bernie Sanders memes page because of that. And it's called Burning Memes. So burn, like BERN, burning.
Oh, like memes, burning.
Like feel the burn. Yeah, basically.
This man in the booth.
Exactly. I wanted to name it Burn Baby Burn, but that was taken. But unfortunately, that Instagram username was taken. So Joe, just give a quick background of who you are and where you're from and how you got here. So,
I'm JoeJas, my rap name. HairyMuffinMan, my producer name. I'm originally from Atlanta, but I live in London right now.
How long have you been living in London?
Pretty much half of my life now.
Half your life. Okay. And how old are you?
I am 24 years old.
24. Okay. All right. So you've been in London, for half your life. So you're about like, what, 11, 12 years old, maybe?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, cool. With that being said, that moving from America, from Atlanta to the UK and London, did you feel any sort of like culture shock?
Not really. Not really at all. Like, I was just like, it's just more human beings over here as well.
Okay. I would imagine, like if you move to another country, it's going to be different.
Oh, it's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone speaks English as well.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's pretty much the same kind. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's nice. Must have been kind of interesting going there and seeing, driving on the other side of the road.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Here in
Like, what
America.
you doing?
Like,
Why you doing
if I ever visit the UK, it'll just be weird at first to me when I see like just cars on the other side of the road, because I'm so used to driving on the right side instead of the left, and it's like, whoa.
You just be like, what's happening here? Seeing that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you mentioned you moved from Atlanta to the UK. So you told me that. I was thinking, you look at it from compared to other rappers, would you say that you pulled a reverse 21 Savage?
Basically, I
21 Savage, born in the UK, moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to say that, because I was thinking like, wait, Atlanta, UK to Atlanta. This is like 21 Savage, but opposite. So
Come on, man. 12 Savage.
12 Savage. There we go. Got you into rapping and producing your own music?
What got me into rapping? I guess like I just remember being young, like when I was like really young. I don't even know how young I was, but I remember it was like some show and tell type shit, and everyone was doing their own thing. And I remember I did this sucky rap, and like ever since then I was like, yeah, I wanted to do this. So anytime in school, like there was like some sort of like talent thing, I remember like writing down raps. I remember I did one about this cat that came in, about like, I think it was about like security and crossing the road, and you had to do something cool for around the cat. And I remember rapping like that. But yeah, I've been rapping for like ages. And then I started producing once I got to college here. And it was like so I did music, and in breaks I would like go to like the room and like learn how to use Logic. And then from then I was just like, I'm gonna like fully produce my own joint. And then I was like learning how to play the piano, like school basically. So when I did put all that together, like let me put out a project and let me start working on stuff.
That's cool. You guys start somewhere, You do basically all the production on your music. You write all your songs. Yeah. I'm assuming you also mix your own stuff too.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, that's awesome. Just jack of all trades right here. So
come on, man.
What really made you want to like start making your own music though?
What made me want to start making my own music? Because just like listening to, I remember going on MTV and like seeing all the music videos like Nelly, Pharrell, Jay-Z. And I remember seeing those back to back. And I was like, there was something about like that sound in that era of 2000s that made me go, I want to make music like real bad. Like, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. And I remember seeing that. But like, for me, I'm like, I think it was that, but I don't know if anything else happened, because it was like, it's been like so long type shit. But yeah, I think it was really that really sparked it. And then I'm a type of person where it's like, if I see something that I like, I'm gonna do it. That's just how I feel about things. So I really like that thing right there. I'm gonna find a way to do it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great approach to things. You see something you like and you want to do it. You want to test yourself out and say like, let me try doing this, and then consistent with it. You keep trying and trying until you put something out that you're satisfied with. Pretty cool that you mentioned that the influence that you saw from all these rappers from the early to mid 2000s. Basically, you mentioned like Nelly and Jay-Z and Pharrell. So this is like a very nice transition to my next question. So who are your influences?
I would say definitely Pharrell, Tyler, definitely. Even like the whole of like All Future, because I remember I was like making music, and then when I saw them, it was like, oh shit, it's like weird black kids, like, but doing whatever the fuck they want, like putting up videos of them just chilling, them doing on their tours, their pop-up shows. I was just like, this is like sick. I remember seeing that, like Pharrell, just the production with the Neptunes, and just diversity with NERD. Earl Clue, he's like this jazz guitarist that my pops used to play. And like, he was just so hard. And I was like, I always wanted to make music like that. But I'm finally getting a guitar now. So like, before I just like try play on the keyboard and make it sound like a guitar with all like the Logic presets. But yeah, that's like something I really want to do. There's even more. Obviously, MF Doom is like a really big one. I just love that.
Definitely. Rest in peace to Doom. Really, kind of like a surprise that happened. So
it was crazy. It was just like at the end of the year, you're like, how bad can this year be? And they're like, yo, MF Doom's gone, and it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing that too. It was literally on the last day of 2020. And I was like, wait.
Literally.
Apparently he passed away on Halloween. So it was like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But like, I remember people saying it was just like that the way he went was like super mysterious. And I feel like it's the way he would want it to go, like with the whole theme. And I was just like, I like made like just this beat, and I even talked about it before, but I was just like, I'm happy that he got to leave such a huge legacy with like people like me and the people I'm inspired by. Like he's left such a big mark down. Like he like passed away, and like everyone will remember like the Mask and MF Doom.
Oh yeah, totally. Definitely a legend, highly influential. A lot of rappers. This is basically your favorite rapper's favorite rapper right there. Really, that's what they said about him. Really, anyone like him again? Really. Just yeah. When I did listen to your music, it did remind me a lot of Tyler, Odd Future, NERD, Pharrell, Neptune's beats and stuff. And I know when I DM'd you, I know I said to you, I know you heard this probably a million times, but your vibe reminds me of like Tyler videos, early Odd Future, Wolf era, Cherry Bomb era. But
that's like a compliment. So sick, like in just like what he's done, and like how he's just influenced stuff on the low as well. Like a lot of stuff he wouldn't get credit for, but he's been like so influential. And you meet like all of these different artists that you think, oh, they never listen. And they're like, oh yeah, Pete Tyler, like I grew up with that. And it's just like, he kind of like, for I guess a lot of people around like our age.
Him and Odd Future really flipped the music industry upside down in a way, because he showed that an artist could have like creative control over everything, whether it's music, image, branding, having control over your assets, basically the way you produce your videos, your image, the content you put out, and just expanding also into different ventures too, because they have Loiter Squad. He has his own clothing brand, does all these collaborations with all these big name companies too. And yeah, it just really shows he has a very diverse portfolio of businesses and partnerships. On top of that, still putting out quality music, which I believe is still just getting better and better and better by each album.
I think that's when like you just put like 100% into something, and like you just keep doing it, but you don't like try to like follow what the trend is. You just try to perfect what you do, and I feel like doing that you can only get better.
Exactly. That is actually the perfect point to sum it up for Tyler and for someone like you too. Basically, you don't have to really go with the trends or conform to the standard of things. You could do things your own way and make it your own. And as long as you stick to what you believe in and want to do things your own way, the way you envision it, the possibilities are really just endless right there.
Possibilities.
It's endless, yeah. So what are you trying to spread with your music? What's your message that you want to put out there?
Just like fun, also just I guess stuff that I go through in my life, and like I just want people to be able to like listen to my shit as well and be like, fuck, like I could also do it. Like this dude's doing something that he's really passionate about. I can do something I'm really passionate about. Like it doesn't even have to be with music. It could be like you want to fly paper planes for a living, and like you're just like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, man, I feel like I could do it. Just like I kind of want that, and I guess people to enjoy the music obviously as well. But like that's like the kind of ethos I want to bring.
Yeah, it's awesome. It doesn't have to be music. It's just anything that you find a passion about, whether it's music or film or even being like an accountant or a doctor, or you said being flying paper planes. Yeah, anything that just you really find a true passion for, just go all in and just give it all you got. That's a very nice transition that we got into there. You're talking about like how you wanted to spread your message and just wanted people just to do what they wanted to do and go about their inspirations and passions and just give it all they got. And just that does really tie in pretty well to that whole message that you mentioned with your music.
Damn. See how I did that?
You see that? It comes like a full circle right there. Really, it's just like you take one idea and then you take another topic and then they just kind of like merge into that. Like
Yeah.
Exactly. Right here. So
transition
fade. Okay, let's talk about the album. Here we go. Four Wing Island. All right. What is Four Wing Island to you?
Four Wing Island to me is like my brain, like what I'm thinking, or like that place that everyone goes to, where it's just like your Four Wing Island, like your place where you're like, this is amazing. And it's also, because it's in my head, it's like also even the things I see as well, like get put onto the Four Wing Island. So it's really just my brain, and like that's like the whole concept of the album. Like even with the intro and stuff, like Four Wing Island is a place I used to escape, and then like we can go on the sky Capri couch filling up the lakes, because like I love like Capri Sun, so I was like a lake full of like Capri Sun, even though that's like dumb nasty, because like you get mad sticky and shit.
Yeah, I can't imagine that, but it seems good on paper, but in realistically, if
like,
you fill up a kiddie pool full of Capri Sun, I don't know if you want to dip and chill in that, really. I don't think that's the smartest thing, but it's a sweet, sugary, double-edged sword, really. It's so sweet and nice, but then the next thing you know, you're coming out all sticky all over and stuff. So
yeah,
I really like that idea that you said. It's basically kind of like your fantasy world, your imagination, basically the world you go to just to run freely and think freely and let your imagination spread.
Yeah.
I did look at the album artwork about that. So yeah, you have the fat llama on there.
Yeah.
You have the HairyMuffinMan on there too.
Yeah.
And then you have that palm tree. But there are the chicken wings in the palm tree leaves, in the branches. Does it grow chicken wings? Are there chicken wing trees? Like, because I'd be down for that if that happens. If there's just chicken wing trees, I just pull some chicken wings off.
This tree is crazy. Chicken wings. That's the Four Wing Island, bro. That's that tree. When people fly in, they always come visit that tree, man. They're like, oh my god, I need to go see the Four Wing Island tree before I live. Oh my god. So everyone's.
You did have HairyMuffinMan on there too, which I'm guessing is more of like your producer name, basically.
Yeah, that's my producer name. Yeah.
And before you go on elaborating on that, it just, when I saw that, it was like, oh, okay, this reminds me of like all the other rappers who have their own aliases and stuff. Like I know Mac Miller, he had Delusional Thomas, and then his producer name was Larry Fisherman.
Yeah.
Earl Sweatshirt is a random black dude. The HairyMuffinMan alias you have, is there a different, approach to that, a different persona that kind of goes along with it, or is it a different mindset that goes into being from JoeJas to HairyMuffinMan?
I feel like in my head it's just like when I'm rapping, I'm JoeJas, like.
Okay, all right.
And then like if I'm just producing, I'm like someone else. Like I'm not like the same dude. It's like when I'm producing, I'm with it. When I'm like rapping, I'm like, it's me. It's Joe.
So JoeJas, it's like basically a yin and yang kind of here. You're explaining. So JoeJas is like the more vibrant, upbeat, happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
And then HairyMuffinMan is like the depressed man. he's the studio rat who's just like, I'm making these beats right now. It's like, man. Yo, JoeJas, you're gonna be the guy in the back of your mind a bit, just like, oh yeah, I got these fire beats for you, man. You're gonna go hard on this,
Yeah, and I never pay him for the beats.
Yeah, it's like, I got these beats on deck for you for any type of mood that you want. I'll make some happy stuff for you, but then if you want that dark stuff that just hits you, it's just
like that dark shit.
Yeah. I do want to say that, like, yeah, the production on the album, it's kind of like very unpredictable in a way. There's so many different styles. It just surprises you. You'll have a calming song in a bit, and then you'll just get like a hard hitting song that just hits you hard synths and those drum patterns and beats that are just very NERD, Neptune's, Tyler type of beats, drums specifically.
Yeah. That's like how I kind of like sequenced it with the songs. So like, even though all the songs in my head, the way I wanted it to be was like, no song is the same. So I wanted it to be like, so you start off Four Wing Out, even in that song itself, like it starts off really smooth with the chords, and then you get like the fucking distorted guitar, distorted vocals, and that's all in like a minute, and then you go into S.E.H. So like I wanted it to be like you get this hard shit, you get like something that's a bit calming, then hard shit, and something that's a bit calming, and I'm like that's the whole way.
I totally like the dynamics and shift the dynamics. The harder hitting stuff reminds me of Cherry Bomb era, Tyler, In Search of NERD, like especially the things like the distorted guitars and stuff reminds me of like the song Rockstar or even Death Camp. Talk about like the songs on the album now. Okay. Cool. So here we go. So for the intro song, Four Wing Island intro song, So there's basically you're introducing Four Wing Island. It kind of sets the tone of the album. You know, it's more like freely, loosely, calming a bit. It kind of sets the tone in a way. It's very expressful. Just dropping little seeds over there. The next song it goes into, which I think is like one of the highlights of the album, is S.E.S.H. or S.E.H. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. S.E.H. Yeah. From what I interpreted, it was like just kind of letting your mind run free and kind of being carefree in a way, going out about your business, just going skateboarding specifically in this case. Like you're just riding around, freeing your mind, not caring really about the world, that you just clear your mind, just that kind of thing. Is that the right message that you were going for?
Yeah, it was like, I was just like, every song that I've heard about skating is always like, you know, like kick, push, kick, like it's more like, it's always this thing, and I never get like the explanation of like skating or something like you like skating, just a song about skateboarding and like what you do with your friends. I just wanted it to be like, if you skated, you'd be like, oh shit. Like even the chorus, like I remember someone listening to it. It was on some panel shit, and they were like, I just don't get it. And I was like, yeah, I can understand that, because if you don't have any inclination of skateboarding, this song makes no sense.
That's right. Yeah. I don't think you necessarily need to be fully ingrained into culture or anything, but you get the idea. It's like, yeah, you know, it's just skateboarding, really, you know. It's kind of like, and you look deeper in the meaning of it. It's like, it's not just only about skateboarding on the surface. It's about like the whole idea of just going out to skateboard. Like, why are you skateboarding? It's not only just like, oh, I just gotta skate, I just gotta do it. It's like, no, it's more like kind of taking time for yourself to, like, you know, free your mind and just clear things out of the way, and just, yeah, like I said before, just escape from, you know, reality in a way, I guess, in just like,
like in the bridge where I'm just like round around, think about nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the line that does stick out right there, that kind of ties in the whole like theming behind it from what I took out of it. Good you mentioned like kick push, because I was thinking like, yeah, Lupe Fiasco, you know, that's like the most famous rap song about skateboarding in a way, basically. Yeah, so, but cool. Another highlight that I think, in my opinion, the next song.
This is one of my favorite songs.
Mega Blastoise. Okay. This is a different tone. This is more like kind of, the wordplay is great on here. I'll give you that. What made you think about making a song like this?
I made the beat and I was like, this beat is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, the way I placed the 808s is like kind of like in a space. So it doesn't like, so the beat comes in and then the 808s follow. So like, I was just like, this like whole pattern I have is so strange that I feel like I need to like, whatever I'm saying on it, it needs to catch that vibe that I'm getting from the beat. And it was like, when I came up with the chorus and stuff, it was more like, cool. I was just it was just like, if you're too hyper, if you're too this, you have like ADHD or something. And you're just like normal. And like,
there's that whole line you were talking about, like, you know, your ADD to the teachers and stuff, like your deficit to the attention. And
teachers deficit to attention.
Yeah. But this whole song, I gotta admit, is like, it's full of like very witty, quirky wordplay and lyrics. Some of these bars are like, is like, oh damn, I see that, but it's like, wait a minute, did you really just say this? Like, this is kind of like, yeah, you're saying that the beat goes hard, and then this is kind of like, I felt like your version of Tamale, or something, like crazy beat, and then just like crazy, quirky, weird wordplay.
Yeah, I feel like Wayne also, like the way like Wayne goes on like beats and he just bars off. I kind of wanted it to be like that. I was like, I want the topic being just like strange shit. And after I was like, you can kind of go crazy from there. Like the red code red bars, like
you know what's fun, before I mention that, the code red thing I think you missed about code red is like throwing something in there about like Mountain Dew or something, you know. Like I was re-listening that. I was like, you kept mentioning code red about like this girl, but I'm like, wait a minute, code red. I'm thinking like Mountain Dew code red. I'm like,
that didn't even catch me, bro.
That would have been like the perfect placement. Is like I spilled on my code red on this girl or something like that, you know. Or it's like, you know, like I spill code red, it's all sticky all over the ground, like you're just trying to sneak out of her room or something. I don't know. Just like
yeah.
But you know, this song, like I said, it is full of bars that are just like, let me see, I wrote it down. Don't play with their hearts, but it's looking like Jumanji.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jumanji is a game. Playing with their hearts is like a game. So there you go. That's a
one there.
Bar you got there. Yeah, never shoot your shot like a drug. You obviously like, you know, shooting a drug. That's a pretty like clever bar you got there. But this one, oh my god. This one bar really gave me the visual for it in my when I heard this bar, I pictured in my mind like, fuck, I can really imagine this happening in real life or something. It's like, before I bust a nut, gotta scream okie dokie. I'm like, yo, that's one of the funniest things. Like I just went into my mind to think of someone like a virgin, probably trying to have sex for the first time, maybe, or something like okay, I'm like, oh shit, I came fat. Okay, or like something out of like Superbad or something like that. Or around that movie, or around like Seth Rogen or something, and just like a consultant on that movie, you're like, yo, if like friggin' McLovin could say this or something, say this line, it's like, oops, I busted a nut.
Okie dokie.
Like, he goes, okie dokie then, okay, or something.
Yeah, my favorite bars on there is Odd Lang getting clips, Lord willing, because
you're right.
He shoots skate videos.
Exactly. I don't think I caught that right away, but now you talked about clips, Lord willing, it's obvious right there.
Lord
willing, their best album, you know.
Basically,
yeah. So, but yeah, that's dope. That's cool. Some bars that like I didn't really catch on, but thank you for clarifying that.
Problem.
Yeah. First song with the music video is Sally's Heartbreak Picnic. In the music video, I was looking at your old music video. The earliest one I saw of yours was Awkward, and I noticed in Awkward there was that blow up doll in there. And then in Sally's Heartbreak Picnic, you're basically having this picnic with the same blow up doll in a way. So,
the Sally.
So just elaborate about the blow up doll and
so
what's
like
the
the first music video with Sally, and it was in 2016 for my first project, Planet.
Okay.
That's also there, and that's where she first shows up.
All right.
But I remember I originally was like, oh yeah, I wanted a girl for the video, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a blow up doll, and the girl is gonna be a blow up doll. So since then, Sally from Planet, Sally's Wheels from Gappy, and Sally's Heartbreak Clinic from Forming Island all feature Sally. And she also appears in Awkward as well.
That's crazy. It's like, there's a consistency in Sally appearing in all projects and in the videos too. She's like all reliable right over here. Your go-to gal, basically.
Come on.
Overall, what I got out of the song is like, a song about like heartbreak and breaking up with someone and kind of like being hurt. And people go through that, some point in their lives.
For me, it was like when someone's broken up with you, but like their whole thing is like they kind of regret breaking up with you. Like in the chorus, it's like, damn, like now that you regret it, I should call your phone, but I'm not going to, because like I need to be out this picnic. So like as the song progresses, it's like how like I shouldn't be in this picnic. And then in the music video, I get up from all the scenes that I'm with Sally in, and I leave, and then the rain stops because it's like, well, I don't need this relationship.
It's kind of like you've been kind of sad about this relationship ending. It's basically a rainy day all the time for you, but then you realize like, yeah, I don't need to hold on to this anymore. Things are done. So yeah, let the rain go away, basically. Don't be under this rain cloud anymore. So, but yeah, cool. Yeah. Next song, yes, another music video, heavy DropTopTikes. I would say like this video, what was that?
I was just doing the sound of DropTopTikes.
Oh yeah, I kind of missed that. But yeah, DropTop. This was the song that, with the music video element, definitely helped me a lot more about like getting a better understanding of the song. Because literally in the music video, you are in a Lil Tyke's car.
Yeah.
What I got out of the song is that the whole meaning of it is just like you want to be yourself. You don't want to change or conform to things. You just want to be you, even if it's just like you're being very, youthful and stuff, which kind of ties in the whole imagery of you being in the Little Tyke's car in a way. That's what I got out of it. You're like a young adult, but you're still in like a Little Tyke's car, which is for like toddlers and stuff. So it's kind of like that whole youthful exuberance and energy you still want to hang around a bit or keep within you. It's just kind of a way for you just to not want to change your ways, or having to change your ways for other people, or the way that you present yourself. Whether you mature in a bit, there's still that kind of energy and youthful vibe that you kind of give up. So is that kind of like the meaning you were trying to get out of that song?
Basically, yeah, it's like it's basically like something. It's even in like Sally's Heartbreak Picnic, and the line where it's like she thought I was too childish. It's like a thing where it's like I think growing up, you can do that physically and you can do that mentally. So I feel like I never want to grow up mentally, because if you notice that kids ask more questions, they're more inquisitive. And when you grow older, the whole thing is like people become like in themselves and they don't ask questions and they become like prudes and stuff. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, I want to grow up older. Yeah, like I'm going to physically grow old. That's like what's going to happen naturally. But I'm like, I can keep my mind young, and that will keep my body still like cool. And like, I'm so open to stuff. Like, I'll listen to anything and be like open to it. I don't want to be that old dude when I'm like 50 and like some kid is making their own shit. And I'm like, oh, that's not what's back in my day. I want to be like, oh shit, let me hear that. So I'm like, that's like the song was about type shit. Like, it was like loosely just around like freedom of like being young.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting that, because you're right. You be someone who matures in a way that you want to like really take yourself too seriously, or you just kind of like look down upon people who are just like, when you were their age, they're doing a bunch of like stupid wild shit, and then you're just like looking at them like, yo, what's this kid doing? Like, but then you think to yourself like, oh, I was that person, like
basically.
Anyway, so, and it's kind of great you mentioned being like, oh, you don't want to be like a 50-year-old who's like, mad at like all music these days. Like they don't have any more of the stuff that I listen to. This music is crap, blah blah blah. It's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because it kind of brings up like the whole boomer mentality in a whole yeah, so basically you don't want to become a boomer, essentially. Right? Yeah. That's a nice song. DropTopTikes final track, which is Venture.
Yes.
Question mark? Venture? Question mark? And then this probably is, yes, one of the highlights in my opinion too. It's probably one of my favorites also, because it has like that whole kind of dance, hip hop groove, dance synth, funk kind of vibe to it. It kind of reminds me of like Fade by Kanye. Like the whole like
dun, dun, fade.
I feel it fade. Yeah, like reminds me also of Ty Dolla $ign's song Ego Death too.
That's kind of got the same like,
they got the same kind of
like very similar to Fade.
Yeah, and they both have Ty Dolla $ign on some of like the little like transition, little like musical transitions you have in that song, like cuts to like the keys. Reminds me a bit of like Thundercat. Like Dragon Ball Do-Rag a bit, like
Oh, Dragon Ball Do-Rag.
It was like, can you feel it in my do-rag?
Yeah.
Like, that's like one of my favorite albums of this past of 2020. So it's like I really like how that kind of sound was like portrayed on here. But yeah, it's like basically a song that just kind of makes you want to dance, really, just like get in a groove, really, right? Is that what you're trying to make out of that?
Yeah, like I don't I think the way the song came about is I produced this song for someone that was like very dancey, and they ended up doing something on it, but then like didn't like it in the end. And then I was like, I was still in like that kind of mentality. So I remember just making that melody, and I was like, oh, I'm back with like another dancey joint. So I was just like, fuck it, like this is gonna go crazy because it's not like mosh music, but it's really turned up. And I feel like that kind of like turn up dance stuff is like not really something I've ever done. Like something you can like just dance to, like fully go dance, go crazy. And I just thought that would be fire. And then that whole song is my favorite because I love the switch to the bridge. And I'm gonna take my boy down this road. That whole bit, I was just like, oh, when I made that, I actually recorded that bit before I recorded any bit of the song, like lyrics wise. Before I wrote anything, I just freestyled the bridge.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. What was the meaning behind that song Venture? Because it kind of is like stands out in its own way, really, compared to all the other songs on the album.
It was just, I think it carried the same theme because it's, the whole album stream is like really, because it's like in my brain, it's just like to be able to do it yourself. Like, so this is like, instead of me talking to like me, it's me talking to like everybody else. Like you can get on your own 4-wing island and do it yourself. Like, that's why it's like venture with a question mark. Because I feel like sometimes it's hard for people to venture outside of themselves. So it's like, venture? But yeah, that's like, that's why it's like just move. And like just groove, like fuck it. Like if people are watching you, you shouldn't care. Like dance. But like dancing could be like you trying something new that you like, but none of your friends like it. But they don't think, just because they don't think it's cool, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Just stuff like that.
What I got from the song is you're being yourself. You kind of are living life right in your own way, because in the song you mentioned that you live your life because everyone dies anyway. So it's like, yes, everyone dies, but the way you live your life, you have to like really just do it your own way and what makes you happy, in a sense, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
and that's
like we're all gonna die, so you might as well just like live like however you want to.
Exactly. And that's basically like the way you approach things in life.
Yeah, 100%. Like everything that I do, from like the merch, like events, even when I first started putting on events, like that's like 5 years ago now, but like it was the whole point that me and my friends were making like more weirder music, and like all the people throwing events were looking for more conventional shit. So I said, fuck that, I'm gonna make my own shit. And like that's basically everything why I created Fat Llama Radio, was because it was like, well, I'd like email like hundreds of radios like, oh, play my shit, and then it was like, fuck that, I'm gonna make my own shit. And now like people hit me up with their shit, like play it, and I'm like, this is hard, because then it creates like for people to listen to. It's like, oh, I can also listen to like some mainstream shit with some weird shit next to it, and like with different genres. So I don't even want it to be like, oh, this is just the place for weird shit. I'm like, this is a place for everyone. And that's like,
that's right. Yeah, it's definitely like, the way that, how the music industry is like shaped out right now is that you don't necessarily need to be a hit on the radio to be successful. Like that's not an avenue anymore for musicians these days. Like you don't have to have a hit on the radio. You could just put out music and then build up like your following, your fans, your aesthetic. You build that all up, and then who are fans of it will adjust and assimilate to it and vibe out to it. And like I said, like possibilities are endless. You never know who is going to listen to this music and be inspired to take control of things, really, or creative control and whatnot. Overall, with the album, from what I got out of it is that you JoeJas in particular are kind of creating this musical world that's very colorful, very quirky. It's very multifaceted too. Like, with the songs in particular, they range from being upbeat to reflective to rebellious, and then there's like some kind of somber and reflective moments. So it's kind of overall, to sum that up, it's basically like a full range of the emotional spectrum, basically, just like
pretty much.
Yeah. So it's like all the highs and lows and in betweens that you go through in life, basically, and just the approach you take in your life, which is from very evident, is just like doing what you want to do and not having to like really conform in a way, and just going about the business your own way, basically.
100%. That's pretty much it. That's like my ethos in life, pretty much.
That's
just do what I want.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's working out for you so far. You know, your music now is reaching all across the world. Like, yes, I'm in America, so this guy from the UK reached out to me about it. Took my time to check out his stuff, and like, damn, this stuff is nice. So
thank you very much.
The last thing I want to go over with you here that I discovered, I saw from an article from The Enemy. I found this article about the 2020 Vans Musicians Wanted competition.
Yeah.
So as for the viewers out there, you competed in this competition sponsored by Vans. How many people signed up for the competition?
40,000.
40,000. And luckily, you were one out of how many people selected?
6.
6 in Europe, at least.
Oh, in Europe, yeah, I think it was 1 out of 6.
Then it turns out, who won that competition? Yours truly. Yes, you won that competition. That is crazy, amazingly, wow. Just that's all I gotta say. Just wow. 2 of the biggest names in that judges panel. So you have JID, who was a judge.
Yeah.
Crazy, like nice up and comer rapper like JID. And then you have Anderson Paak as being the head guy. How was it Anderson Paak was judging your music and vibing out to it too? How did that feel?
It was pretty cool. I was just like, oh, she fucking with the wave. All right. Yeah, they people my shit. Let's go.
You got people, you got big name artists peeping your music. That's really tight. Watching the video, and then I think like during your performance and when he popped in on the screen, he did mention like, oh, we got like Earl Sweatshirt over here.
I was like, Earl fire.
You ended up winning that. So how does it feel? How does it feel?
My whole thing is like, I'm really hyped like for like winning stuff like everybody else, but I'm like, I can't harp on that because that's the now. So I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, 5 years from now, what am I doing? So I'm like, this is sick. I'm amazed. Thank you guys. This is sick. But now I'm like, I can't just like have this as the defining point here. I have to keep doing other stuff. I have to like keep doing this like radio show here. I have to keep making merch. I have to keep like the music up. I have to think of the next video. So I'm like, this is just to add to everything.
That the prize is you're supposed to open up for Anderson Paak in a future date of a show, which I'm assuming will be a House of Vans show.
Yeah.
And I know that timing isn't really because of COVID and stuff.
I like don't know because I'm like, is it by the time that everything opens up, it'll be like the next thing, and then I just never get to perform with them. I don't know like what's happening with that.
Yeah, are you still like in contact with the reps from Vans?
There's still connection there, but they're gonna keep me like updated on whatever is happening with that.
Okay. Hopefully, we could see like live music back, and you could open up for Anderson Paak. Went to one of his shows in February 2019. I had VIP tickets. It was a meet and greet after. After the show, I stuck around. The one thing I want to say, let me just put this out here. I believe Anderson Paak stole my style. You know why? Let me tell you this. First of all, let me show you this pic. Let me show you this pic. Here is me with Anderson Paak. I got this like flannel jacket on there. Yeah, I got it. It's like yellow and blue.
Drip check.
I feel like he stole my style from that outfit alone.
He was like, "Damn, look at this."
Because I don't know if you noticed, but This is the Anderson Paak jacket that he had from Vans, the collaboration. It's reversible. And as you can see, what is this pattern we got here? It is a flannel pattern.
That's it.
Pattern. But then, guess what? Do you know what happens to the jacket I was using? It's reversible too.
Fuck, man.
Like that. And I'm not just gonna say that. Like maybe he like, you know, I talked with him a little bit. You know, he was a cool guy and everything. You know, it's like, yeah, I love your music. It's great. I think he did compliment me on my fit, to be honest. The one thing that was crazy too is like, let me preface this before I met him. So yeah, the show ends. So yeah, I wait in line with all the other people for the meet and greet. I'm waiting in line. I'm chilling. I'm just by myself a bit. And then I'm assuming one of Anderson Paak's like entourage or like his crew, his video people, they approached me, asked me a few questions, and that was it. I don't know where the video was used because I have not seen any media that has involved me in it or something. Nothing of that recording is out there.
They were capping to get the shirt off of you.
You think that was the thing? Maybe.
I don't know, man.
So, like I said, he may have stolen my style. Let's just say that. So I'm looking for the credit, but hey, I'm paying respect too. I got his jacket too. This is
the jacket, man. You got the jacket.
Jacket. I love it. I recently got it, and I'm really happy about it. I can't wait to rock it. Like if I go outside, if I go outside. But yeah, that's a little personal anecdote I have with Anderson Paak. One of my favorite artists. This show ever happens, and you just like drop my name in there, be like, yo, I did this interview with this guy Adel for his channel called Podeki, and you know,
Adel. He's the way I got this shirt from.
Yeah, it's like he took the time to interview me about my music. He's a cool dude and everything. He told me this story about he went to one of your shows and met you at the meet and greet, and he told me that like you copied his style. Like you probably like saw him in the crowd because he was right there, like literally inches away from you, and you probably liked what he was using. And now a year and a half later, you put out this Vans collaboration with a jacket that just looks very similar to the fit he was wearing.
Yeah, bro. I'll try putting the work for you, man.
Where do you go from here, and what are your plans for the rest of the year?
My plans for the rest of the year, I'm gonna drop one more music video from the album.
Okay.
That's gonna happen. I'm also gonna do this thing. I've been like, it was actually supposed to drop last year, but obviously last year was a whole mess of like COVID dropping.
Oh yeah.
What my whole plan was these songs I recorded with my friends that haven't really come out yet. I was just gonna like put them out as singles. So like that's my thing now. I'm like, cool, I'm working up to that. So like throughout the year it'll be just like singles that are produced with my friends and stuff, and like other people that I've recorded with, and I'm gonna make like little visuals and stuff and put that out. I'm still gonna carry on the Fat Lumber Radio thing, more merch. I'm gonna do some like kind of like documentary thing, but I don't know where I'm at with that.
Okay.
But that's like an idea I had.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Would it be like maybe like a making of kind of thing, behind the scenes kind of?
Yeah, basically, kind of like that. But also, because every year I do Llama and Friends, that's like an event. So I'll do like different events during the year that I put on. And Llama and Friends is always the one I have at the end of the year. I wanted to do like a version of Llama and Friends, but instead of like us in the venue and performing, it will be like I delve into each artist and they get like a little clip of them performing and like just a description on them. So like that's an idea I have.
Like a virtual event.
Yeah, but like I don't want to. I think they can kind of like suck sometimes. So I kind of want it to be like more than a virtual event. Like there's other stuff going on, so it's like an entertaining video.
Okay, that's cool. I'll have to say right here in the interview. So okay. I just want to say, yeah, thank you for reaching out to me. I really enjoyed doing this interview, and
thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Really enjoyed this talk. Viewers out there, go listen to JoeJas on all streaming services, Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff. Follow him on, what's your Instagram name again?
HairyMuffinMan.
HairyMuffinMan, there we go. That's him. Check out his website. Check out the music, check out the merch, check him out, follow him and everything. So thanks, Joe, for coming on here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Take care.
You too, man.
Podeki. This is Podeki.